Lunch on day 2 at the SCG. Australia 1 for 78, Labuschagne 3, Kawaja 35. Warner the only man to go. You need a bit of sizzle on day 2, so we've got Michael Vaughan and the man with the long tie, Vaughanie, Mark Ward joins us. Have a look at it.
It's down to the ground, hey?
They were trying to adjust your seat up, but it was a tie. Needed to go up a bit. Let's get straight into the Harvey Horn highlights with the long-tied one, Mark Ward.
Oh,
what have you got for us, June?
What's wrong with my tie?
Come on, start talking.
What have I got for it? What are you talking about?
Highlights, Mark. Well, talk about them.
I'm right about my tie. It's been a tough morning. Tough morning for the Aussies as far as run scoring. They're a bit all over the shop with the new ball, Pakistan, but when they got it right, there was a bit there for them. Usman Khawaja in particular was very watchful. David Warner got dropped on a sitter there. That was Ayub who went in the first slip because Salman was off the ground. Bubba went to second slip, and that was a real let-off there for David Warner. You can go now.
It was. I mean, it's just doing a common trend of the series. Khawaja down the ground to Sajid Khan. It was just rolling them, not getting a huge amount of spin. A bit more fortune for David Warner. Bit of short stuff. Usman's not going to miss that opportunity. And everything was set for a Warner 100, then that. Salman into the attack. And one that bounces off a length. Perfect off-spin delivery. And the key breakthrough of David Warner.
So Australia 1 for 78, the deficit 235. A lot to come on the show. Some extraordinary commentary from last night in India by our man Ravi Shastri. We've got a debate for the ages, but you can now see the KO minis with the big break. You can see it every day, so you will not miss any of the TikTok big break, including that magnificent tie.
Stop hiding it with your hands, Junior.
Australia 1 for 78.
You wrecked it. Nice.
Get to the break, Mitch, for heaven's sake. You are watching the TikTok Big Break. Australia 1 for 78, Khawaja 35, Labuschagne 3. Warner, the man dismissed off the spinner, caught at slip for 34. The deficit 235. Roll the videotape, Mitch. I think we have sorted the solution with Junior's tie. He's had the full. There's Kel, who always keeps us in charge here. She's come and adjusted the situation. He's got his own team. He's all sorted out. He's still rather long. He's got his own team, though, June. This is... He even has his own personal assistants out on the ground to get ready beforehand. He's got a valet, he's got his own fan, Mark Ward, he's got everything. So he's got, see, look at him pre-game. He's got, look at this, have a look at this, Junior. It's a big test. What's that all about?
That's a little fan. Keeps you cool.
Good.
You had a bit of Botox, Junior. You look good.
No, I haven't had Botox.
$1 million to Rolls-Royce.
No, it's a little fan. It's good.
Is it?
And you can whack any cheeky buggers over the head too.
Come on, just shine my shoes with your tie. Come on.
Mate, how short are your strides, just quietly?
This is what Wasim Akram had to say about the statues around the SCG this morning.
When you walk in, you see Steve Waugh's statue there. I was looking for Mark Waugh, but I couldn't find one.
He'll have one. He should have one. We'll come through the crowds here. It's a good question. There's many statues around here. So the debate today is, should Mark Waugh have a statue at the SCG? You've refused. You don't want to be involved in the debate?
I don't think. I'd have one at Royal Randwick down the road.
No, I was going to say that, actually.
I'll take your calls. We'll start with you, Vaughanie. 20 seconds. I hate to say this, as to why Mark Waugh should not have a statue at the SCG.
Well, it's quite simple. You can't have two family members with statues at the same venue, and he didn't captain his country. End of debate.
That's it.
Simple.
That's all you've got.
Only captains should get a statue.
You're rubbing it in there.
That was lovely. A
lovely
lovely moment for me this morning. The great Steve Waugh.
Have you got a statue in England? You blokes hand out MBEs like it's going on.
Well, I'll take the 20 seconds. Numbers don't always tell the story, though. This man, 118 Test matches, 20 Test 100, 18 one-day internationals 100s. He won a World Cup. How many Ashes did you win?
I've lost count. I know I never lost one.
He's also an extremely good-looking man. He's in Just Jeans ads.
Yes.
But what he was, this man, he was bums on seats. When he'd come out, he'd pop the collar up, did it on his first test at the Adelaide Oval. He was stylish. You came to watch the man play. He should have a statue, Vaughanie, because people came to watch.
Can we just end this debate? You've got one of them trendy phones. Just ask your little watch there. Go on, ask Siri. Should Mark Waugh have a statue?
Should Mark Waugh have a statue, Siri?
Absolutely, he should.
I said yes.
Absolutely. Kate, pick one.
Should Mark Waugh have a statue of a statue, Siri? Check it out.
I'm not sure. Siri's I think Siri said no as well.
No, she was checking it out. She was doing some research.
David Warner, who should replace him as Test match opener? Pick one. Up to you two. Who are we going with?
Well, we're agreeing this time. I'm going with...
You had your tie on.
I've got my collar up. You're
not going out to bat.
Look, there's Bancroft, Harris and Renshaw, the three names up there. And Will Pekoski, if he gets back to his best, he's one to look at. But I'm going Cameron Green.
Cameron Green.
Got to get him in the team. He offers with the ball, in the field. I think he could be a bit like Shane Watson. He batted down the middle, then he opened the batting for Australia. He's a good player of fast bowling. I feel he gets a bit nervous sitting around all day, so get him in against a new ball. He's got a sound technique, big, tall boy. I'm going for him.
Yeah, I'm with Junior, with Cameron Green. I just think, you know, traditionally you'd say, like, you need someone that's to open the batting all their life from the age of 11. That's the nature of opening the batting, facing the new ball. Cameron Green, for me, he plays the quicks well. He's a better player when the spinner comes on rather than starting against spin. And I think he's he's a world-class performer, and opening the batting could just kind of, like Shane Watson, just further his career.
Cameron Green for both these two gentlemen. Big scenes at the MCG. We're out in the middle, and Mark Waugh, one of the best fielders ever seen. This went viral. This got about 1.5 million views on YouTube of Junior trying to take.
It's a shocking throw.
We were enjoying ourselves out there. Some of our subcontinental friends were keen to point out on Twitter, listen, you can't be having a go at Mark Waugh because he was the best of all time. Now, a chap put out an 8-minute clip.
Who is this character?
Oh, he's off the subcontinent. The ultimate Mark Waugh sensational catches compilation. There you go. Runs for 6 minutes and not. We can't show the whole lot, but June, you could talk us through some of this gear.
That was the World Cup final. That was Inzi at Hobart off the Warnster. This was Craig McMillan, a leading edge. This one was the best one. That was the best. That was a heading your turf, Vorney. Down the hill, it just stuck right in the mid.
So you can't diss this man for his catching.
Yeah, you didn't drop any, did you, Junior?
I did. I dropped a few.
I
know what's coming. There's going to be some highlights.
Again, on social media, they're great, aren't they?
Yeah.
Roll it.
I think it was the same chap, actually. The ultimate Mark Waugh drop catches compilation. 3 minutes 46.
Craig McDermott.
That must be slow-mos. Oh, that's a tough one.
That's here.
That's like this morning.
That's 2.
That's like this morning here.
Oh, I remember this day. I had this was in Colombo. I reckon I dropped 2.
Oh, no.
That's Shafiq there, second slip.
What was it, your feet or your hands? What was it?
I just didn't pick the ball up. So how many was that? 4, was it?
It was a 10-second clip. That's all they could find
that's
in
all
118 Test matches.
4, I reckon.
Talking about drop catches, great competition out here on the middle at lunch. I think you were watching this. You were trying to get in. Talk us through this bloke, Jude.
Yeah, is that Michael Hussey out there in his board shorts and black T-shirt?
Oh, he's made a mess of that.
Yeah, like, that's Hussey-like, isn't it? Not all over. So, he's just slipped, done a groin, and then misjudged it.
That's like me on the dance floor.
From the ridiculous to the sublime. One of the highlights, probably the highlight for Pakistan on this tour, has been the work of Amir Jamal. Took 6 wickets on debut with the ball in Perth. He's averaged 30-odd with the bat, and he's got 12 or 13 wickets. He's been a real positive for them. Oh,
he's been amazing. He's a real raw talent. You know, there's a few rough edges to his action. He's got a real long stride.
So this is him playing Sydney grade cricket, which is part of his story for Hawkesbury.
Yeah.
You can see him pictured there. At this stage, not that long ago, he was driving Ubers in Sydney, and now he's a fully fledged international cricketer, and he did a magnificent job out here yesterday with the bat.
And this morning, the pick of the seamers for Pakistan. Yeah, great stories. Pakistan unearthed these cricketers from nowhere. You know, yesterday, he brought the SCG to life. Australia went for that short ball tactic. I mean, against Marnus Labuschagne, you're going to climb into him, but those short balls, look at that. That's one through the offside. It was a brilliant innings. And his innings has given Pakistan a hope, because 313, I mean, look at that for a shot. That's Kevin Peterson's style. 313, it's not a huge score, but on this pitch, we've seen that delivery. Salmon's just bowled to David Warner. Pakistan are in the game because of Amir Jamal.
That's his second 50 in the series, isn't it?
Got a 30-odd, I reckon.
30. I'll give him 50. That was that. I'll add a few on.
He's averaging 37 with the bat. He's taken 12 wickets.
You definitely do add a few on.
He could be an all-rounder, actually.
Get him up the order.
Good lad.
Sensational debut at the SCG, but we go back to one of the greats of all time, who made his second Test match here, his first SCG Test match. A very young gentleman at that stage, by the name of Sachin Tendulkar. Have a look and listen.
Oh, lovely shot.
Oh, what a shot.
Yes, the youngest player to score a Test 100 in Australia.
And Sachin Tendulkar remains not out to the delight of this crowd. A fine Test innings. Big Merv comes down. It's great to see. They appreciate a fine innings from a young man with a ton of class. A standing ovation from the members and from the Australian players as well.
Fantastic scenes. You were bowling there, June.
Served him up a half volley.
Had you heard or seen much about him before you came up against him for the first time?
Not much at all. But I think he got 100 in Perth on the same tour. You get 100 in Perth as an Indian player at that age. You're just special, aren't you? And he was special.
He's like Luke the Nuke, isn't he?
The darts player, he was, yeah.
That's Luke the Nuke.
But he was 16. Did you ever have any success with him? You're always keen to tell a story about you and Sajid.
Not really, no. No, I mean, I played with him at Yorkshire. He was our first overseas player. I mean, every now and again you get lucky. I mean, he's no Virat Kohli, is he? But, you know, it's all right. It's a decent dismissal
the
through
rug,
the gate.
Yeah, good rug there, Barney. Well, I think we've got something in common. I don't know where my highlight is, but...
Oh, here's Mark.
Oh, gee, that's out.
Another LB.
Little nip back up.
Look at the hair on our man there, and he's just adjusting it.
Yeah.
Rolling his fingers on that one, Mark Ward.
Oh,
Look at that.
absolutely plumb.
You just did there what Wazim does with it. Well, you just flicked it, didn't you?
Yeah, just
flick it back in.
Little flick.
Last night, I don't know if you watched any of India-South Africa. It was extraordinary to see. In the end, South Africa bowled out for 55 and 3 for 62. India made 153 but lost 6 for zip. An extraordinary day's cricket that was.
What is going on? Cape Town can do that. Well, Australia got bowled out there in a test match for about 40. Remember that?
We might get to that.
A few years ago, but it looks like there's a bit in it for sure.
Siraj was doing all sorts, but they lost 6 for none at this point.
Well, yeah, exactly. So you'd think they were on top for sure, but they've absolutely collapsed. That's a record, isn't it? 6 for none?
Yeah, I mean, there's some poor strokes there, but I like a bit of juice in Test match cricket, but this pitch had...
Too much?
Far too much on day one. For 23 wickets to have fallen. Yeah, there's some pace on show and there's carry, but, you know, it's the zip. Some good catching from South Africa. These are the last 6 wickets that... what is that?
Oh, no, I haven't seen that one. So that's the end.
catch.
6 for none, an amazing collapse. Now, what you need when these big moments happen in cricket, we've got the great Ian Smith, who just knows what to say, the barest of margins when the big moments come. So, India had lost 6 for none, and our man Ravi Shastri, Fox Cricket's finest, was in commentary, and this is how he summarised the 6 for none.
153 all out. If someone went round the corner for a dump and has come back, India have been bowled out for 153. Or a drink, or whatever.
Does the dump mean the same in India as it does in English?
I think it does. What about Pommy? Or a drink?
I want my dumps to last a bit longer than that, to be honest.
Well, you read the paper, don't you? On the toilet.
Dean Elgar playing his last Test match. We saw a wonderful tribute as David Warner came out to bat. Just have a look at the dismissal yesterday of Elgar. So they're ready to celebrate the Indians, but then if you just have a look around the field, they realise what's going on. Virat Kohli's like, no, calm down, let's pay some respect to this player. I thought that was fantastic. And it's just great to see when players of opposing teams pump each other up.
Yeah, I mean, Virat Kohli is, you know, a great player of the game. He's a great ambassador for the game. You know, I worry about Test cricket for India when Virat goes.
He's softening up, is he?
I honestly do. I think he was a wonderful Test match captain for India. I'd love to see him actually back as Test match captain for India because I think Test match cricket is in a better place when India are powerful. I think that Virat, as the captain of the Indian Test match team, makes Test cricket healthier. I'd like to see him back. You
were talking about, I think it was back in 2011, Cape Town Day 2, 23 wickets fell. There was 4 innings here, June. I'm not too familiar with this game. You're obviously across it.
Yeah, no, I watched that game. It was a nasty pitch, and geez, they had a good bowling attack, and so did Australia. Actually, Shane Watson knocking over Graham Smith. Ryan Harris, I'll tell you what, if there's anything in the pitch, then Ryan Harris was the one guy you wanted, and Dale Steyn, of course, one of the best fast bowlers of all time. Philander, he could nip it round, couldn't he, if there was something in the pitch. Yeah, that's amazing. 23 wickets, 294 runs.
I don't think it's been a great week or so for South Africa Test match cricket when they think that they're sending a second team to New Zealand for the 2-test tour and then they produce a pitch like this on the back of going 1-0 up in a series. I don't think it's been a great time for South Africa.
Mitch Marsh thought he had the wicket of the Pakistani captain yesterday. Unfortunately, he overstepped. Next over, he got the wicket and he went for high fives with the umpire, who's one of his good mates. And I guess the umpire can't be dishing out high fives.
No, that looks a conflict of interest, I think.
So, great handshakes gone wrong or snubs. Roll the videotape. The big daddy of all, that's Gillian Bibb. That's a quality. Just have a look when he gets caught up. I still love that one. Forward. Hadn't got hands in the eye. That's no good at all. Oh, I got him right in the eye. There's plenty more of these to come. This is Maxi, and it looks like Ahmed in there. No,
rushed him.
He got left, which is disappointing. I reckon COVID. This was Finch and Williamson. They weren't too sure. I think they've been told not to show. Oh, no!
Paige, this is wrong.
Terribly wrong. And I hate to say this is Agarwal. That was Agarwal. I don't know. We got that wrong. That's not a good one. But you need to watch this closely. But the greatest ever of all time, Shane Warne gets his hat-trick. David Boone takes the catch. Tony Gregg's commentary is elite. But just keep an eye. We have to put you in the lab because I think you went in for some Warney action. Just have a look at Junior. Keep an eye. So there's Junior.
Silly mid-off.
Silly mid-off under the floppy. So the catch goes. Look at Junior. He's got eyesight with Warne. Warney's going for Boone.
Oh.
He's left him.
You tried to get there, didn't you?
That's the quickest Warney's ever moved. No, he's brushed me, definitely. Yeah, no. I actually had one in the commentary box too, of Freddie Flintoff.
Did you?
Yeah. Went to high-five him and he just ignored me.
Damien Fleming says when you're in the West Indies, keep your hands in your pockets because there's too many handshakes going around.
It's just not cool enough to do.
No, that's right.
You know,
Mitch, can we see Gilly and Viv again? Because I know Gilly likes the show. He'll be watching out there. This was the Big Bash back in the Channel 10 days, I think it was, June. Gilly was doing some hosting. This is one of my favourites. Watch Gilly's hands because it actually gets caught up. Watch Viv. He gets stuck in the jacket. Oh, no. He knows it's going viral as soon as he does it. One of my favourites, that one. Look at that.
Hesitation.
It's like he's trying to get into his pocket.
Yeah, pickpocket.
Yesterday, a lot of people got in touch about John Howard being on this show in that very chair. So typically when you thank a guest, they say goodbye and then you eventually get to the break. But Mr. Howard had commitments, so he just departed seeing John Howard.
No one told him to sit down.
Just sort of
have him in. Thank you very much.
Left midstream. Gary gave him a spray on the way out the door.
You need a good floor manager, don't you? Just to direct him a bit there.
See you, Jack.
I went with a namaste. I don't know what I thought. I was back in India. I don't know what.
That was the Indian Prime Minister.
Back at Calcutta. It wasn't Narendra Modi. Great walk-offs as a result. Your man, Piers Morgan, Warney, I think he leads our hit list here. So it looks like he's doing a serious interview here on Good Morning Britain. What's he up to?
I remember that.
That was
I've heard enough of this rubbish.
Shahab Akhtar doing some fantastic work on the subcontinent in cricket. Where's he go?
No, he just throws the towel in quick smart.
There's a lot on that panel.
Where's Jan Event? Oh, Rob Mason.
Punch up.
This
is a punch up.
Oh, no, he's an absolute gut.
Where's the punch up here?
No, I don't think we're showing them. Oh, here we go. You won't have seen this one, Warney. This one just gets a little bit over the top, to be honest. The crowd's enjoying what they're seeing, and he just walks straight off screen.
There was a punch up
too, I don't think we could show that one.
Oh, okay.
Big Bash last night. You two were commentating on one of my favourites, Tall Paul. This could have been nasty.
Oh, yeah.
This could have been horrendous.
Yeah, I thought
this could have been.
Got enough on this should be taking.
It's just a car crash waiting to happen. Look out! I know who was winning that one.
Yeah, they're just they're in the wrong weight category. These two.
Can't watch that.
Oh, that could have been.
Just brushed him.
Oh.
Yeah, everyone here is groaning.
And he caught the catch too.
Look away now. Look away, because obviously there was a very famous incident between your brother and Jason Gillespie. This is in Sri Lanka.
Very similar.
Your brother ended up in hospital. Yeah. He was in all sorts of trouble. This was a nasty one.
Yeah, Stephen had a fractured nose. Dizzy had a fractured shin bone, tibia.
Yeah.
But it was nearly worse. They went to put him in the ambulance and had the sliding doors. And being a big fella, his leg was still sticking out of the doors and they were about to shut the doors. They didn't do it though.
There was obviously a lot of sympathy for Stephen at the time. A lot of his teammates got round him. They were at the hospital. They were sending him flowers, condolences. There was a lot of concerns for him. Mark was interviewed about the situation.
Well, he looked the worst, put it that way. He looked worse than normal.
That's what you had for your twin brother, June.
I can't remember that. Sure you haven't cut and pasted that?
No, we haven't. Up next, a new segment called...
Well, he's got a statue and I haven't. What do you
Fresh
expect?
of Breath Air. And if you're watching the SCG, whoever builds the statues, get this one because he was stylish and he brought people through the turnstiles here. Plenty to come. You are watching the TikTok Big Break, and that is the caps that went down of David Warner. Coming to the end of lunch on day 2, the big story, David Warner caught, slip for 34, Kawaja's 35, Labuschagne is 3, Australia are 1 for 78, the deficit 235, live play not too far away. Sometimes in the media we are accused of being too negative. So today, for the very first time, we've had Judge Junior where he gives his honest thoughts. Today we have a brand new segment with a teaser.
Yeah, it's a fresh of breath air, really. It's a fresh of breath air, really. Fresh of breath air, really. Fresh of breath air, really.
So this segment's not easy to get your tongue around. It is called the fresh of breath air.
No, it's hard to say that, actually.
Where, Junior, you give us 3 things that are really positive in your world at the moment. Now, I know it's taken you all morning to come.
Looking forward to this.
It wasn't easy morning.
Yeah,
it took
come
you
on,
a long
Junior.
time.
I'm keeping it simple. So the number 1 is I'm really happy with my Peter Jackson suit.
Are you?
Yeah, you know, some days the kit's not quite, doesn't fit right, but I'm happy with this, yeah.
Not mentioning the tie.
The tie I'm not overly happy with, but I'm happy with the suit.
So number 1 positive,
yeah,
the Peter Jackson suit.
Nice kit.
Yeah, nice kit. Number 2, being at the SCG with all you people and watching this.
Even though you haven't got a statue?
Yep.
Yeah.
It's a positive segment morning.
This is half full.
Yeah, I'm just throwing a line in there.
And your 3rd positive?
I'm going 4. Can I have 4?
Okay, yeah.
Number 3, I'm going... I really enjoyed my morning walk at Coogee today.
Did you?
Yeah.
I wonder why.
Did I see you?
Yes,
I wonder why.
I saw you this
Well,
morning.
it's a great view. I mean,
Come on, why?
The best, waterways in Australia and the world.
Health.
Oh, fresh air, beautiful.
Yeah.
What else is there?
Well, you see the
Ocean,
waters, just some good,
surf.
nice visuals.
Exactly.
That's
Good
3.
visuals.
Have you got one more for us?
Number 4, this old fella here. Bum bag. I love the bum bag.
I mean, we're talking 1987.
He's been rolling this for 10 years.
What's in it?
Back, nothing much at the moment.
A load of cash.
Oh,
What have you got in here?
I've got my pass.
Where do you put it on? Do you put it on around
No,
the front?
get out. My pen, I normally put my paperwork in there, my phone, and my
I'll tell you where you put it. I'll
sunglass
tell you where
case.
you put it. You put it on
Underrated piece of apparatus.
It is.
Stand up. Let's put it on properly.
I think we need to go to a break.
Then you can get rid of that tie.
I think we need to go to a break.
Mate, this is back in vogue.
Australia will resume 1 for 78 after break. The man needs a statue. In fact, dare I say it, build the man a statue. Australia 1 for 78. And I hope on that statue his bum bag is around the front.
The statue with a massive tie.
You've been watching the TikTok Big Break with Junior and Morning.